Hey, this is Al from Pittsburgh Music Magazine. We're here with Hiran of Battlecross.
What's going on?
Hey, so you guys are heading out with In Flames here pretty soon, huh?
Yeah.
It's gotta be pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to go out with those bands. In Flames, Demon Hunter, All Shall Perish. Totally excited to go out with those bands. It's going to be awesome. It's going to really get a good opportunity for us to get out there for new faces and hopefully some old faces too. So
you've been getting some really good tours this summer. You were out on the Trespass Festival. How's that feel to be like? I mean, you guys are a pretty brand new band, and you're getting picked up on a lot of really big stuff.
it's absolutely humbling to be able to go on a big caliber tour like that, and we're very thankful for the guys from Five Finger Death Punch for totally taking us on and then giving us an opportunity like that to go out, especially go out with Killswitch Engage and Trivium and all those guys. It was really awesome experience. It did really well for us, especially here in Pittsburgh. We had a great show here at the Stage AE. It was awesome, man, and then that whole summer was just a good, awesome time and a great opportunity for us. So thankful and awesome.
Yeah, I saw the show. It was really good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So can you tell us a little bit about when you got signed to Metal Blade?
Yeah, it's kind of a year-long process. We had recorded our album and we started pitching it out to different labels and whatnot, and we didn't hear anything for a while from anybody. We just weren't getting any bite, and so we were just kind of trucking along. We ended up, I ended up hitting up Metal Blade, and our management at the same time was doing the same thing, and finally got a word back from Kelly from Metal Blade, and we just kind of stayed in touch, and wanted to follow up and see what we were doing. We actually had self-released our album on our own before Metal Blade, because at the time, like I said, we weren't getting any bite. We're like, well, let's just put it out ourselves. Lost our singer, and when that happened, Metal Blade kind of contacted us right around that time. So it was like, well, we hit up Kyle Gumby, and he was in another band. We're like, kind of on the outs with them. They were kind of falling apart at that time, and we were like, dude, Metal Blade's looking at us, and had him come out and re-record 3 songs of ours with his vocals, and sent that to Metal Blade, and just kind of kept up with them, kept in touch, and we were doing shows and gigging, just trying to stay busy, and our management was really pitching to them what she could do for Metal Blade, and to she signed her band, what the kind of things that she could do for marketing wise for the label and for us that would really piqued interest with the label. And then I guess the final foot in the door was Shannon from the Black Dahlia Murder heard our stuff. He was practicing. They practiced in the same place we did, so gave him a CD and was like, hey man, just actually check out this recording, and he dug it, and he kind of went to Metal Blade as a scout and was like, these guys are awesome. And so it was just a collective year-long effort of talking and working things out, and finally sealed the deal, and it was awesome, man. I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like, this is it, man. This is our end, and Metal Blade of all labels to be a part of is awesome. So very stoked about it.
So you talk about Kyle coming in, and I think Don kind of came in a little bit later in the process.
He was before Kyle. He was kind of like but
you had a lot of stuff written before, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So you're going into 2013, and you're planning on writing and starting to get ready for your sophomore effort here?
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, after our In Flames tour, we're going in the studio, so we should have an album out by summertime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of stuff kind of...
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff, actually, though, after this, today's our last day of the tour, so after today, it's like we got to go home and crunch time and finish up writing, because we still have some songs we got to tweak out and work out things, but there are songs that are done, and we just got to keep writing a little bit more and tweak the process and get things really solid before we're ready to go. So this month of January is going to be like hardcore, like lock ourselves in a room and go.
Will you record in Detroit, or
we're going to be recording outside of Detroit. Can't really say where yet, just because nothing's solidified yet.
Sure.
But we're definitely going somewhere outside of Detroit this time. But nonetheless, our goal is to put out just the best thing that we can put out, and it's going to be for us just busting ass to make sure that this is the best thing we do, and that's our focus. It's just to outdo what we did the last, on the first round. So.
One of the things I think the fans, like myself, were really kind of pumped about was the cover of Pantera's "Fucking Hostile."
Oh, right on.
Not only to see live but obviously when it came out, we were able to download it and hear it. What made you choose that particular song from Pantera?
Number one, it's just, I love that song, and Vulgar Display of Power is one of my favorite Pantera albums. And it's such an anthem song. We knew that playing that live, that's a really good song to get people pumped up. I mean, Walk is kind of the songs every band does, and you don't want to do that. And when we had actually played that song long before we used to cover it. It was just something that we covered and didn't do it for a while. And actually, our buddy of ours, Johnny Desolation at Broken Toe Studios, we were staying at his house, and he's like, I just want to record a song with you guys. I just want to get you guys in the studio just to do a song. He's like, just do a cover song. We're like, well, we know fucking Hostile. Let's just do that. And it just turned out awesome. We're like, oh well, the recording came out so well, and we played it live, and people dug it, and it just worked so well. And it's just like I said, it's a good anthem song, and the way we, I think, approached it with our style just worked perfectly. So,
last question I'm going to ask you is, are there any bands you can turn our people into? Kind of tell us some people that you're friends with, or some bands maybe that haven't been really heard of yet that we can kind of look forward to.
Absolutely. There's a lot of bands from Detroit. There's a band called Bury the Silence from Muskegon, Michigan. There's a band from Evansville, Indiana called Deliver Us from Evil. They're really good. Alex Morgan is a photographer. He's done some of our photos, and there's a band from Texas called Turbid North. Killer band. And actually the band that was on this tour but did have to drop off, Aviotic. Great band, man. They're awesome dudes. Definitely check those guys out. Very technical, talented musicians. God, there's more bands from Michigan. There's so many. Imminent Sonic Destruction from Michigan. Writhing. Who else? I'm trying to think of some other guys that are Wolfhook. Amazing band from Michigan. We're playing with them on Friday in our hometown when we go home. Total old school metal. There's so many good bands from Michigan that I'm so proud to be a part of that scene. There's so many good bands that don't get noticed, and I try to always make it a point to check out the local scene. I go to local shows, and I'm always there just checking out bands. I love music, so anything I can do, to hopefully get those bands' attention, I'll try and do that. But I want to continuously support that, and even bands that we go out on the road and play with. There's always bands that we meet that are awesome dudes, and actually the guys from Yesterday Saints, we played with them in Virginia. Great dudes. Singer put us up for the night, just for 2 nights, and it was awesome. So you meet cool people on the road and great bands, and they just take care of you, and it's awesome. It's just like a mutual thing. And our door is always open in Michigan, for bands coming through. Cool. So, yeah, absolutely. So
we're glad to have
bands out.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for telling us about the new bands and being here in Pittsburgh, coming to rock us again.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your time very much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks.
Great.